Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Starladder EU. Woo, hot dog. We've got some good ones today. London Conspiracy versus DUZA to get us kicked off. KotlGuy.
Whoa.
Get hyped. You're
hyped.
feeling energetic today.
It's thanks to this drink right here. The magical Red Bull. There it is. Wings.
He's growing wings, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So we've got 2 more best of 3s today. Hopefully the servers are ready for us because they did not seem ready for us yesterday, Dakota. That secret DUZA series was a doozy.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Today we're hoping for more clean-cut Dota action. We got some of the more younger, jubilant squads.
Let's keep it clean.
The B squad, the C squads are coming out here. They're
All
looking
hits
to make a
above the belt.
name, and we'll have to see if we're going to get another techie special today here from the LC squad.
Well, if they first pick
DUZA
Tusk,
squad.
you know that that's an inkling that they might be thinking about techies. A little bit of the old squeeze, spleen, and spoon coming out onto the field. That was fun. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the secret DUZA VODs from yesterday. They were a hoot. They're on YouTube already, youtube.com/BeyondTheSummitTV. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these teams are working on, though, Dakota. Let's see what's popping here.
Nothing yet
today, yeah. London
Nothing
Conspiracy,
yet.
they were docked a little bit of their bonus time because, well, their last player was running a little bit late today. And Starladder, they're sticklers. They'll get you if you're not here on time.
Good. Good.
Get
We gotta
'em.
make sure we stick it by the book.
So they lost 30 seconds. I know that hurts a lot, but I think London Conspiracy can still recover here. We'll see a first pick Brewmaster coming out of DUZA Gaming, and there's that Earthshaker.
First pick Brew would make sense if this was like 4 months ago, but right now, not really. But hey, they put a lot into this hero, and
They're
a lot of
sticking to what
teams,
they know,
when
Dakota.
When they need someone to kind of bring their A game in the mid game period and be able to create the space, break on forward, draw attention. Brewmaster could be one of those kind of heroes, so that way, if you want to be more greedy with your late game potential, he can certainly help you get there. London Conspiracy, when they pick up an Earthshaker, they get a pretty much all-around support. You kind of set the tempo for the draft right there, letting them know, hey, we got good crowd control. Being able to gank is not going to be as easy. We have a defender that's going to be on the watch. Don't think about a Broodmother. You get all this in one with Earthshaker. They followed up now with your Shadow Fiend, which is something I thought DUZA would have considered opening up with as their first pick, but they missed out on that opportunity. And, well, they fire back. They get a Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
Minus armor synergy going to be going to the other side now, and well, you get your good defensive swap.
Well, DUZA ban out the OP sniper. Hee hee ho ha. Nothing for him today, but good read from LC. One of the better heroes to go up against the Shadow Fiend mid. And first pick Brew, not necessarily indicative of a mid. We've seen him in the safe lane more often. I think we saw him in the safe lane yesterday in the one game we saw him picked up.
Who?
Did DUZA play a Brewmaster yesterday?
Yeah,
Someone played a brew. Yeah. He went safe lane to get his blinked dagger. It was a little lukewarm. I wasn't really crazy about it.
That was the game where they picked the Brood into an Earthshaker.
Yes.
And then, like,
that was also brave.
Yeah, it was very brave. But it didn't work out too well
so
for
if they put the Brew mid, it'll be a little bit rough. Shadow Fiend should pretty much win that
Unless
matchup.
you get, like, a good support, which Vengeful could be that person where you want to be that annoying little, douche in the mid lane who's kind of like, hey, Storm Fiend, I'm right here. Look at me, don't go for the CS. And you be like a Skyrath mage, you come in, you bop him a couple of times with an arcane
That's what
bolt.
we saw yesterday. Even just an Earthshaker was there. Was that that was a sniper mid, I think, and he just got rolled over.
Yeah.
They're like, do I kill the cow? Do I kill this other guy?
They had
right
read
here?
that draft
Really know
so
what to
well.
do? Yeah, that was
They're just
really
like, hey,
impressive.
we can annoy this mid laner, and they're not going to do anything about it because they got like a very greedy support who's going to be busy elsewhere, and it forced the mid lane to kind of really go lopsided one way because they got to get off some free early harassment. So something DUZA should consider here so that the Shadow Fiend doesn't kind of be a lane dominator, or could still be a Brew in the off or safe lane, and they could change things up quite a bit.
Hashtag respect.
Look at the respect
That is
ban
a Tusk ban.
That's a Tusk ban.
I like it.
LC want to make sure that DUZA don't feel comfortable even with the clowniest of lineups. There's not a lot of footage out there to study from LC, so they look over the tapes yesterday and they're like, well,
they played Tusk, so okay, we're banning it out. I mean, I don't know that that's really necessary here. I guess Tusk Venge is actually a pretty scary duo, and if you're interested in doing some kind of an aggro tri-lane, Tusk Venge +1, like a Slark or some other really potent carry, I could see it. That could give you a run for your money.
DUZA opt to ban out the Bat Rider, even though they already have a Vengeful Spirit. One of the better Bat Rider counters you can ask for. Still not feeling too comfortable going against the heavy lockdown one of the Flying Rat.
Even though you've got the Venge, Bat is still really good against Brewmaster. He's got that kind of Skywrath syndrome where if you get the jump on him, you're likely to be able to burst him down before he gets his ultimate off.
Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor would be a good pick right here against your Brew. You know, the
coconuts bouncing around.
The cask, you know, working between the bears.
All right. I like that. I think Skywrath will be a fine pick here for LC.
Skywrath's a good support too.
Great pairing with the Earthshaker, natural counter to the Brewmaster. Great zoning. You were talking about his ability to poke people. We'll see. If they don't want to grab a support here, they could get, well, pretty much anything they want.
They can get a Dazzle. They can
get
more minus armor synergy to go along with Shadow Fiend. They need some help with the Roche maybe a little bit.
Yeah, Dazzle could be good here. And whoa, they go the greedy route. They take the Enigma.
This is where we ran into a bit of trouble before. You know, now you know you're going to have one of the supports locked down in the woods. So you could see some early movement at the start of the game to nerf back his jungle. You could see them not acknowledge the jungle, let Enigma get free roam in there, and just kind of put the pressure towards mid lane in that Shadow Fiend, knowing that he's not going to get a whole lot of backup. And also, DUZA, who could potentially have yet to pick up their safe lane core farmer, could know that there's just not going to be a lot of threat in the early game, and they can feel a bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, even their off laner knows that he's only going to be going against a potential dual lane.
Yeah, you have two options here. You can either try to match the greed with more greed yourself, get a jungler that can, well, maybe not quite match Enigma, but still open up your lanes a little bit, grab something like a 4-position Doom, or you can go pretty aggressive with your lanes and abuse the fact that they'll have two solo lanes, really get aggressive, gank a lot, and try and shut them down and make them think twice about going greedy against you. Some of it is down to preference, I think. What you're more comfortable with and how you like playing against the Enigma. We've seen a lot of Clockwork plays, and, well, that's a good hero to deal with Enigma.
Clockwork's good.
You
gotta remember also, they picked this Enigma into a Vengeful Spirit, man. So that means Enigma, regardless of BKB or not, there's always gonna be someone out there that can ruin his potential black hole. Treant Protector being picked up leads me to believe we could see the old fancy Phoenix Treant Protector combo this game. Indeed. You get the lockdown of your Treant Protector. Early ganks are kind of thwarted a bit because he's able to add that global factor with his living armor, so it's not going to be too easy to get the pressure on whoever the potential mid laner could be, if it is the Brew or not. And then later on, you got your lockdown with your Tree Ultimate, and then the bird can fly on in there and really bring the pain with the egg. Something we see Team EG roll from time to time.
That would be fun.
And VG even tried it out in the DAC finals, but it didn't work out so well for him. But they did try it, or they tried to go for it, and it was banned out by PPD once he recognized it. Now LC going to be moving into their 4th pick. They grab up the illustrious and sexy Queen of Pain.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Big time burst damage. Now, how are they going to lane this? Usually Quap and Shadow Fiend will be your mid laner. So somebody's going to the safe lane. Curious to see who
Somebody's going to the off lane, too. I've seen Queen of Pain and Earthshaker go
really?
to
The off lane Quap. That's interesting.
It's happened. And we know we've seen Earthshaker go to the off lane from other teams.
Oh, yeah. We've seen
especially these CIS European teams, man. They love it. Like Empire, Yoki, they've been putting him in the off lane Earthshaker a lot. We saw Willie's or Will Easy be a off-lane Earthshaker.
Well, Weaver, the 4th pick for DUZA. We saw a Weaver pick yesterday also, and it just did not really seem to be that scary. That was also the game of Mega DCs. It was a 3v4 at some point, so maybe I shouldn't read too far into DUZA's ability to play with the Weaver, but he is a hero that has definitely fallen out of style. He does remind me of Morphling a little bit in the sense he likes to go for something defensive first, like a Linken's, maybe a BKB, and then he'll start coming online with damage items, and that just isn't the meta for that. London Conspiracy could be knocking down all your outer towers by the time Weaver's really ready to come to a fight.
Takes him a while to come online. Nowadays, there's just a lot of crowd control, a lot of good man fight, and Weaver's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm trying to be in and out here. You're trying to get in my face.
He needs a lot of space. His personal bubble is quite big. He's kind of agoraphobic
and if
a little
you go
bit.
down the road of getting like that space kind of hero, you're going for like a sniper or a drow or something.
So who's going to do it here? I feel like the Brewmaster is your ideal space creator, but against a Shadow Fiend or a Quap mid, it might be a struggle. But look at this, baby, LC. They take the Phoenix block pick.
Yeah.
See you later, DUZA.
I feel like that was a block pick right there.
I think so, too. I like it, though. It works into the LC lineup here. You've got Black Hole, Supernova. I don't know what happens when they meet each other. Usually Supernovas make black holes.
Yeah.
Physics are going to be going crazy.
Bill Nye's going to be wetting himself somewhere about this game.
Yeah, dude. Sure, we should just text him up right quick. Yo, Bill, I got a good one.
Storm Spirit.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Well, they get their own answer for high mobility, lockdown kind of heroes.
Last hero I played before bed last night.
Oh man, that's gonna be a nightmare for your Enigma. Even Queen of Pain. Man, the matchup between Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit. Who's gonna be coming online first and foremost? LC do have the benefit of having someone like an Earthshaker for their backline support, but then again, there's Vengeful Spirit on the other side. This is gonna be interesting, man. The draft ended up becoming a lot more square even at the back end there, especially with the Phoenix grab, or at least taking away that potential pick and maybe putting DUZA Gaming into a bit of a pickle there at the end.
The pickles.
Going for the Storm, so late game right click all comes down to this Weaver.
Yeah, no, I agree. Storm will scale pretty well. Brew really has to make some space. It looks like he'll be in the off lane role, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll put Undershock mid on the Storm. He was their techies player yesterday, and he did go mid.
Yeah, mid techies.
Yep, got that beautiful
that
Starlighter
happens.
HUD today. Oh, it's nice. Oh, god damn this fucking...
What? Oh.
My cares. I just forget.
Sorry,
Every day I come in, I'm like, what the shit is this? Somebody's on this computer. And then I go, oh, wait, you live in this room. You do use this computer.
Yeah, deal with it.
You know, Dakota, I noticed that we both have an obsession with an obscure food in our expressions. I say biscuit too much, and you say pickle too much.
Okay.
How did we come up with these two obscure words that's just fillers? Like, oh, they're in a pickle. Like, oh, he's getting off his biscuit. Oh, I hit him with a biscuit. Oh, he threw his biscuits. Those are all lines that I say. The pickles. Oh, he's in a pickle. A little bit of a pickle. It's a sticky pickle this time. Oh, man. It's just weird. What's with the food? I think we're just hungry. I have not had breakfast.
It's
so
okay.
I like it. I'm not complaining. I was just observing the fact of BTS reality here.
And food.
Yeah. Well, LC, they have the fan favoritism today. They've got the edge on the bets. So let's see. What was the final tally?
I don't know, like 75-25-ish? Yeah, 75-25.
77-23, actually. Even a little boost there at the end.
Whoa.
It's a conspiracy.
Let's lead things off. I could start with your introductions here. LC, this team of pickles right here, we'll get them introduced. We got Kaser. Sorry about the pronunciation, obviously. A lot of these players here, but he's going to be playing your Shadow Fiend as he walks himself back to the mid lane, side by side with Mr. 224, also known as Skanks. He's going to be playing your Earthshaker. Top lane, we're going to have Madara, who's going to be playing your Queen of Pain, a safe lane, potentially solo farming Queen of Pain here. And in the nearby jungle, you're going to have Mr. Spartan, who's going to be playing your Enigma, and that leaves your off-lane position to be Mr. Relax, playing your Phoenix.
XXX. I like what he's doing there. It's very clever. Radiant side, we've got DUZA. We've got Oxen here on the Brewmaster. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but I don't know how to say the Norwegian O. We've got the Undershock Storm Spirit in the mid to square up against the Shadow Fiend. It will be an aggro try. It's a lifelong tragedy. Playing on the Vengeful Spirit. Manifest here on the Treant Protector. Oh, I like that name. It's a play on words. He's manifesting, and it's also he's got a lot of mana. That's good. And Axmo, he's on the Core Weaver here. Aggro try, very interesting. They need to find some kills here. Treant has not leveled up anything yet. He did not go boots first, so that PPD style of the Leech Seed, branch him down early on, a little more difficult when you can't quite chase him down.
Ooh, they put down a pretty aggressive ward there behind the tower. They want to make sure they have constant watch here on Madara. And now they round the corner. Here we go. Early first lane engagement. Madara has Blink, looking for where to go. Remember at level 1 on Queen of Pain, you get 1300 rating. Boom! Long jump out of there. See ya.
Well done, my Madara. He knows they're wrapping around. He's privy to it, and well, he goes the other way. He says, Weaver, what are you gonna do? That's right. I'm blinking away. And they're going to play Ring Around the Rosie here. They've done it again. They wrapped around. Now they're thinking about going into the tower again.
It keeps her away from the CS, I guess. So a little bit of space and zonage happening. They go again,
now
moving forward.
Trees. Now this is time Weaver's not farming. This is not for free from DUZA. This is rather costly for Quap to just be literally playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Even though Quap's not farming, if she can just avoid death, this aggro try will not be hashtag efficiency. You've got an Enigma in the jungle. You've got your other lanes farming okay. Quap's priority is just don't die.
2-2-4 up and above. Undershock. Boom. Fissure. Where do you think you're going?
Okay,
You're going to go to that rune? I already grabbed it. You're not going there.
That's pretty nice. They kill his Sal, but he does have a bottle on the way, so little Panda will ferry it out. Now there's a smoke rotation from the top lane. 2-2-4 in a little bit of trouble here. The smoke gets broken. No Leech Seed leveled up yet, but I reckon he'll grab it here. He certainly does. He's got a Fissure. Can he turn this around to make the escape? There's the Fissure. Big body blocks. That leafy tree is in the way. He's thinking about a deny on the Ancients. Thunder hides. Can you do it? They cannot. Manifest. He'll grab the first blood. Well done by the tree.
Yeah, they definitely put him in a situation where he had nowhere to go, and they slowly just brought him down. Good work. Striking first going to be DUZA there. The early momentum certainly paying off for him.
Mid lane, Magic Missile out onto the Shadow Fiend, but there's a TP reaction. It's the Earthshaker. And everyone will back off. The Red Hoof comes on in. Clippity clop as he brings in the bottle for the Shadow Fiend. Can't see us in the mid. Relatively even. Yes, minorly in favor of the Shadow Fiend. How about this bottom lane, though, Dakota? We haven't checked in on this.
This
Brew
Phoenix, man. Phoenix. This Phoenix getting a lot out of the offlane setup, being in this one-on-one matchup. Definitely thriving with the early XP, level 4. Neck and neck right now with the Brew. 12-1 CS to Brew's 18-3, but overall it's an offlane Phoenix, not really being zoned back and not really being threatened. Early potential to get that Midas in due time, build up that XP, and be a big bad bird later on.
Yeah, great stuff for the Phoenix. This is a hero that if you get half this amount of CS, you're feeling pretty good in lane. You're like, wow, I'm going to get my Midas at a pretty good time. Here, I think Relax will have a pretty decent Midas, and any big items you can farm on Phoenix are just really luxury. And he could have a pretty decently timed Shiva's Guard. Quite a few items he could go for in this game to help out his team.
What about with Enigma here in the jungle? We talk about the standard. How's Spartan doing?
Standard.
Almost level 6 at about just over 4 minutes in. He's doing good. Looking good. No real contention in that jungle. Now level 6.
You don't see Enigmas do this very often, where they clear out the trees here and then kind of cliff jungle it. Yeah, I feel like I almost never see Enigmas do that, but it looks to be pretty efficient.
He's getting the work done right now.
Madara, how many times are they going to do the same path?
Uh-oh, Manifest right there at the front. Here's a Leech Seed for you, ma'am. Boom, punch him.
There.
Yeah, get him.
Plays.
Get him. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. Gemini attack coming on through. Axmo going to get the kill, and DUZA move up 2-0.
They finally best her. That was like the 3rd or 4th time they did the same thing where they wrap around the backside. Madara runs into the Weaver, blinks onto this side of the trees, and then just walks away, and the whole cycle repeats. This time the tree faked her out. He came this way, and he was ready and waiting with that Leech Seed. Nicely played.
On the other side of the world, bottom lane, it's still the one-on-one matchup with the creeps push well into the tower here. Both of these laners here about to be level 6, and that's when both of these heroes get a bit more spicy. Brew with the split at the ready, and then your Phoenix with Supernova ready to go. I'm curious to see if they're going to be planting themselves here for the unforeseen future to farm up, or if they're going to look to get Adventurous and use those ultimates.
Whoa, mid. Storm gets blown up. Set up by the Earthshaker, well timed by LC. A couple of Shadow Razes to follow up, and that short duration stun from the Earthshaker. All they need to blow him up. Now back to the top lane. Madara stunned up under the tower. Can he blink out? Well, he blinks.
Again, how's it going? Here's boom.
That's a big leafy tree. I like it. Well played by DUZA. Finally besting the Quap, and now this aggro try, I'd say, is kind of paid off. Getting 2 kills on a Queen of Pain, slowing down her farm, and Axmo getting pretty close to free farm here outside of the Enigma. He's our last hit leader. Things shaping up well for DUZA Gaming.
Yeah, we question in the draft how much of a factor this Weaver will be and how much of a secured path of farm he's going to have this game. Well, that's the start you could ask for. Going into an aggro tri-lane, you want to get kills, and you get kills. Speaking of kills, though, eventually it is bottom lane. The first one to trigger off the ultimate and go crazy is going to be your Brew. Bringing down the Phoenix, not even able to get off the Supernova.
All right. Mid lane, Enigma did smoke up for the rotation. It got broken by Undershock, but he is still hanging out nearby. Black Hole available. It's nighttime. Does Undershock have vision? Let's take a look here. He sees the Enigma coming in. Can they catch him to initiate? He's level 6. Ball Lightning's there. They can't do it in this first gank from Enigma. Seems to be a backfire. Now TP in from the Venge. Uh-oh, it's going to be an Enigma sandwich. Everybody likes blueberries on some bread. Oh, but Purple, he went the wrong way. He doesn't have the split. There we go. Zip forward. The Spartan. Are you not entertained? He will fall. Undershock gets a freebie. And yeah, that first rotation, not really so hot.
LC not really having the early laning phase they were anticipating. Queen of Pain's had her hands full, obviously top lane. Phoenix was brought down there in the mid, and Now they try to make an engagement happen on the Enigma, but it's not there. In top lane, you can see
Axmo. Nicely played. He dives the tower. He's level 6, has the time lapse. Quap actually dies to one of the little bugs in the tree line. He had the scarabs there, and she couldn't handle it. She couldn't get out of the heat. Tried to get out of the kitchen, but he hit her with a frying pan.
DUZA, man, 6-1.
Yeah, they're really stepping up their game here. But
Nice
looking
early
at,
boost.
okay, finally they're pulling ahead net worth. It was pretty even early on. It's about 1,500 net worth in their favor. LC
They
still
want
the
bottom. They
experienced
want
head.
Brew. He has no split. Fissure leads things off. Malphus and a black hole. All the hate right here for Mr. Bear. And they will be able to bring him down. Desperation TP not going to be happening. Icarus dive is what helps settle things out. And it's going to be Spartan who gets the kill. And off the back of that, they're going to try to add some early damage onto this tier 1.
Okay. I like this here. Enigma.
They have to commit a black hole to take down the Brew, but
It's all right.
you know, they had a quota they were itching to meet, and they finally get it. They're even going to cut the wave and pull it back so they could secure this tier 1 takedown. And that would be a nice little economy boost after the struggle in most of these lanes here for LC.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a tower exchange here. Top lane, Axmo moving into this tier 1. He'll find the last hit is the Weaver. And down bottom, a glyph comes out. TP rotation in. It is the Weaver ready to try and defend. Level 7, Aquila and Power Treads. He's ready to fight. Goes into 2-2-4. Gets hit by some fiery souls here. This is rather aggressive. He doesn't have a lot of backup. He does not have a time lapse. He's low on mana. No magic wand. Axmo goes in for the shaker, but it'll cost him his life. I don't know if that one was worth it. Now Undershot comes in. Do they have any way to lock him down? He's going for the egg kill. He's rolling the dice, and he gets it. What a close call that was. Now the Storm walks away. Ends up being a good trade for DUZA. A 2-for-1, but they do lose the Weaver.
Yeah, very overzealous stuff coming out from the Weaver to get that kill. Cost his own life without the time to get the wand popped. He didn't really have the mana to spring off his ultimate there, and they do take advantage of that and take him down. And good heads up there from the Storm Spirit to get all the attacks off necessary. But bottom lane, they're making the break on the Spartan. Oh, they trade each other's lives.
Enigma gets the kill first, though. Don't underestimate those Eidolons.
Yeah.
They do a lot of damage, 50 a pop.
And Midnight Pulse, man. They quickly wither down the Storm. And
Nice heads-up play from the Enigma. Knows his limits there. And kind of baited out the Storm a little bit. Knew he wanted to commit to it, and getting that Midnight Pulse down was the make it or break it to secure that kill.
this Brew is on pretty good timing to get a hold of a Blink Dagger. 1,700 gold. Maybe not the fastest Blink Dagger you've seen under his Brew, but once he gets it together, man, they can look to turn things up quite a bit. He already has the split ready to go. He's probably going to just take the bit of extra time to farm it out. Now, top lane, Madara makes the jump, but he could be in trouble. Manifest shows his face in the woods nearby,
so does the
but
Phoenix.
yeah, Phoenix shows up as well. Fiery catch right there onto your Vengeful Spirit. Makes LC get the lead in, but here comes Axmo from the south, able to get a cross path here on the Skanks or 2-2-4.
Fissure throws it out. Total whiff. 2 Invis heroes, though. Had to roll the dice somewhere.
Oh, dive. There goes the long jump. Powerball. Gets
Brings
the catch
down
right
Madara.
there.
Mech comes in from Spartan. What a timing. Now there's some living armor onto Undershock. He gets the kill on the Earthshaker. Can they bring him down? Shadow Razors are there, but it's not quite enough. He's out of mana, though. They'll chase him down. Fiery Souls clip him. He dies to the DOTs. And it will be DUZA again. That take a good exchange, shutting down this Quap just a little bit more. She has been relegated to support at this point. She's down by the Earthshaker. Oh, my.
0-4. It's been a hard top lane here for Queen of Pain.
Brown Boots, Aquila, Magic Wand. Yeah, that's usually the Quap wants a little more than that.
Shadow Fiend, though, could be the one to help bring the game back and allow her to get a bit of a farm period, as he is getting pretty close to his early Yule Scepter. Going to be going down that road as a Shadow Fiend. Not your mech BKB. It's that new era Yules. Getting a little bit of that boost in the mana department, the move speed department. You get your defensive Yules, and of course the one where you can set up with the Requiem.
If you have an Enigma on your team, usually he'll be the one to get the mech. He can just get it faster and open up for you to farm a little more effectively. So just works out better for the team, I think.
Ooh, they have eyes on mid, though. They might want to go for Axmo here, but your Weaver, pretty elusive, as you can see, as he's able to Sakuchi easily away from any sort of potential danger.
Yep. Black Hole is available here. Enigma eager to find some more kills if possible. They'll rotate Madara down to the bottom lane so Quap can at least find a baseline of farm. Now in the mid, Initiation comes in. Oxen shows off that Blink Dagger. There's your Primal Split. No, it gets interrupted by the Totem. Aftershock is there. Now the split comes out, but he's pretty deep in enemy territory. They might be able to fend this off. Tornado onto the Enigma. 2-2-4 taking a lot of damage. The burn, it hurts, it hurts. The Scarab helps secure the kill. Earthshaker goes down. Now Axmo joining the party. They want to punish this Brew for his insolence. They don't interrupt the Blink Dagger. Just a 1-0 for now. And DUZA are on the back foot trying to make the retreat. Lifelong tragedy. It's about to be a Shakespearean tragedy here. Maybe not. He stays alive. Living armor's there. Weaver coming in, harassing the team, and DUZA just seem a little bit too elusive. LC don't really have the lockdown to deal with this Weaver quite yet. Now, back up top, Madara. Couple of lucky crits. Oh, he gets one, but not the other.
Finally, your Queen Pate able to escape danger that time. Steps out and away. Axmo wants to kind of step away from his potential mid lane adventure and sends to bottom where he's going to pick up on the farm that Brew stepped away from after picking up that Blink Dagger. He's the one now to try to make the big impact as you saw mid lane. Took a lot of sweat right there to even bring out your Earthshaker, but eventually they get what they want. DUZA still have the advantage here, 12-6. LC just looking to make a bounce back kind of a play here. Your Enigma with Black Hole now at the ready. A team with, you're right, not a lot of lockdown. I mean, it's pretty much just the stun of the Malphus and the Fissure.
Yeah.
And the, you know, anything the Earthshaker has. But other than that, it's pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, you got the big ins in your Black Hole. If Quap could get an Orchid, that would be an okay way to try and deal with the Weaver. But at this rate, he's going to have a Manta and a Lincoln's by the time she's looking at getting herself an Orchid. She still doesn't even have power treads at this point. We're 13 minutes in. The long road to recovery begins. Axmo did go Hand of Midas on this Weaver, so still having a very active presence, 3-1 and 5 with that greedy Midas pickup. He's really in great shape to start balling out of control. Still being bested by the Shadow Fiend in terms of raw farm. He's completed his Yules, but I think this Weaver can start to close the gap.
Yeah, certainly so. They just don't really have an answer for this Weaver and stopping him until they are able to get an Orchid, but like you said, by that point, they'll already probably have a defensive answer for it. So I can see this Weaver being able to reach his full potential without much of trouble. But we'll have to see, though. Shadow Fiend's the one who's at top of the net worth right now. Just finishes his Yules, and they want to put used to it. They are smoked up and heading towards this top lane. We are going to have a pause, as Axmo does need a second. But Manifest could be in potential trouble here. Same goes for Undershock, though. Your Storm Spirit should be able to be pretty elusive with his Ball Lightning ready to go. We'll have to see what kind of lockdown potential they can get with 2-2-4 and the Earthshaker.
I look at their whole team reported on Brewmaster's ping. It's good stuff. Looks like he's having some lag issues here. Oof. 5 minutes. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go, folks. It begins.
Wah, wah, wah.
Is it really that bad? Let me check out the ping here.
I'm not sure. Looks like he's reconnected pretty quick. As long as he can reconnect that quickly.
Oxen, yeah, he's 307.
I'm not that nervous.
In like 120 territory, pretty much on the low side.
I wonder where he's located. I have no idea where this team hails from primarily.
London?
No, DUZA. London Conspiracy? Oh, UK. Are they from the UK?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
Everybody thinks that. And
no, they're not.
Did they ever? Let's see. Did we ever get our overlays fixed? I didn't check this morning.
Well, this is a good time. We can bring in the production here. Boom, 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 boom.
It still says United Kingdom. Curse you, Starladder. I did report it. I swear, guys, I did report it to the lead admin.
There is definitely not a UK Dota scene.
I know they're from Greece. There's like one player total that's from the UK that plays Dota. So.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? So here, can we compare some players here? Can we have some fun production stuff here?
We can make this happen.
Let's compare Kaiser and Limbo. Nope, I got a stat error. Okay, let's look at Kaiser. Wait, no, how the hell does this work?
Come on. No.
Okay, hero error. Player. Oh, there we go.
Boom.
He's played one game. Looks like it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Let's see.
Boom.
Let's see. How's Madara?
Madara. Bang.
One win. Nice.
This is Starladder history.
All right, DUZA. Let's see. How's Axmo doing? Let's look at the Undershock stats. I'm curious here.
Show me Undershock.
Oh, he's got that scary picture.
Oof.
Well,
yeah, he's a Techies player. That's what they look like.
Techies. Yeah, let's see. I think you can. What is this little box for? Can you look up heroes here? Oh, now I see. So you can do player with the heroes. Look at him. There he is.
Whoa.
Oh, no, that's just Techies. That's just... Techies has been played 3 times since Starladder, I guess.
Okay.
So, hero player...
Why don't you look up Weaver, then? We don't see Weaver very often. How often is Weaver played in Starladder, so Weaver, and what's the success here?
We'll go to hero...
Weaver.
47% win rate overall. See, the issue with these stats is I don't know how many seasons it goes back, but things have changed a lot over the 12 seasons of Starladder. It's like Weaver in season 5 or 6 is way different from Weaver in season 12.
Look up something like Alchemist or something like that, who's probably never seen the light of day in recent history, but was like all the rage back in the day. That will give us an idea of how far back this star ladder goes.
All right, let's see.
Alchemist seems to be a good like testing. Look at what
323, 45% win rate.
Yeah, that's definitely all star ladders.
Yeah.
Pretty sure an Alchemist has not been played the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that goes back quite a while. That's a lot of Alchemist games. I guess he was picked quite a bit way back in the day.
I was just watching, because, you know, we had that Clowny game yesterday, and somehow it spawned into, like, a thing where someone posted, like, a lot of the Clowny games. By the way, that was a Craig the Crab right there.
See, they've got these the international internet lines that go over the ocean, and sometimes those little crabbies get in there. They start nibbling on the cables, and that's when you start losing your packets.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you know, people are like, I lost all my packets. It's those crabs trying to eat them, dude. They get in the ocean.
Get it together.
Come on, dude. Don't you have that anti-crab spray?
Yeah. Go to your nearby local London pub and get that.
Y'all got crabs.
Y'all got crabs.
Got some crabs in your computer.
Oh, well.
I still don't understand why there's a random Blitzcrank with a dumb face.
Whoa! Isn't that from what game? Is that LOL?
From League of Legends. Yeah, it's like the Pudge equivalent from League of Legends.
The Pudge equivalent?
Yeah, he's got the hook. He's got a hook. Oh. Similar, as close to Pudge as you can get in League. Every MOBA game has a Pudge-like
skill
mobility. Shot, yeah, there's one in Heroes of the Storm. There's one in Han. It's just like fucking the guy, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Smite has a Pudge. I don't know if they've got a big hook. Maybe they do. I don't know all the Smite heroes. I just like MOBA games in general, man. I'm a big MOBA fan. Dota's by far the best, I think, but I like playing other MOBA games.
Of course you would say that, yeah.
No, it's true. I mean, you can just look at how, like, if you look at how many games I've played on all of them, I have played much more Dota than any of the others. There's a reason for that. All the others have not kept my attention long enough.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can play a weekend of Dota, where if I have nothing else to do, I could sit down and take 48 hours and just play like 30 Dota games. Yeah. And the variety is ridiculous.
How many losses straight before you kill yourself, though?
Oh, God. Probably 10.
Yeah.
I think that's about my limit when I'm just like, see, there's a threshold. Once you have like 2 or 3, that's when you start to tilt. And then you get into that, I gotta grind my way out of this. Then you lose like 6 or 7. You're like, it starts now. I'm turning this around. And then you get to 10 and you're like, all right, fuck this. I'm done. I'm not even gonna try and pretend that I can turn this around.
I have usually like the strike system. If I get 3 straight losses, I'm out. That's it.
Strike system. That's a good rule. What?
I'm like done streaming. I'm like, folks, it's been a pleasure, but we're done here. We're done.
I was talking in my chat with people yesterday. If you're like really serious about your MMR, what you should do is play 1 or 2 ranked games a day. If you're gonna sit down and play like a 3 or 4 game session, maybe play warm-up game unranked, play games 2 and 3 ranked, do your A game top notch. Then after that, just mess around and unranked. So you still get your Dota fix, you still practice, but you only play ranked when you're on your A game. I just queue ranked for everything. I don't fuck around. I'm like, oh, winner with Wyvern. That sounds like a fun hero. Let's try it.
Yeah, A game, D game, whatever.
In my head, I'm like, I'm always bringing my A game, dude. Come on now. I'm always trying to win. But that's not always the best idea. I don't know.
No. I haven't played MMR in a while. Probably should.
I like it. I don't know. It's fun. It gives you something to strive for.
Just like clowning around, man.
Just a number. Yeah, clown shoes. If you really like clowning around, you should play with K-Pop Tosas. He only does clown builds. For better or for worse. I don't know. I have played with Brian like 4 times total in the year that I've been living here.
He's like a mad scientist with Dota.
He is. It's always like, all right, guys, I'm gonna play Core Lion. All right, Core Romney Knight. Let's go.
I understand.
I'm gonna be honest. Supporting a Core Omni Knight is the least fun ever.
I'm like, hey, have at it, go crazy and stuff. But he's like, we all have to be in on this.
Yeah, he loves.
I'm going Core Lion, so we need to have the vacuum. We need to have the Elder Titan. We need to have everything around this lion.
He wants to draft like the 5-man super wombo or like ridiculous synergy that makes no. He used to love back when you had the shrapnel that could push towers. The Yule's E-Blade Sniper, and he would just spam shrapnel on towers, and that was it. He was just pushing sniper. There was he got some other weird item with it too, but
refresher.
Oh, are we? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But queuing with Brian it's really fun if you actually don't care. If you're playing with Charlie and you want to make him mad, it can be pretty fun.
Yes, that's the goal.
If you want to abuse Charlie, he just wants to play Storm.
Hey, we got a Dota game.
All right, so we're resuming, baby. That wasn't too bad. Looks like somebody's still having some lag issues on the side.
Well, we can only wait so long, so maybe we'll just be right back into our DC meta that we experienced yesterday. These teams really need to practice that meta, but... Top lane is where they were trying to build up some aggression here. Manifest is waiting nearby, but under the Nature's Guise, they're not going to really have an idea. It's only level 1, though, and now he pops out. Still Spartan on the run. They're able to cut him off. Now they get him. Manifest going to be raised up on. Oh, they get him right there for a fissure. Helps set it up, but it's Shadow Fiend who does get the last hit.
Undershock hiding nearby in the tree line here. He could get jumped. Nope, they're not going to find him. He's got that flying vision with the Remnant. He knows what's going on, and he'll be A-okay. Storm Spirit is working on an Orchid. He's got the first Oblivion staff up. Oh, is he going to jump the Shadow Fiend here? He's pulling out that calculator. He's doing the math. Can I solo kill this? With the Yules on the Shadow Fiend, I'm not sure if he actually can. It's like he's
waiting
not
for this
go
one. No. Nope, not happening. Kisa, see you later. We'll TP on home. Bottom lane was where the attention is at. A very low and wounded tier 1 tower. About to be in deny range with this catapult getting involved right here. Axmo might not want to see it go. Might try to do a cheeky play. Maybe move forward time-lapse back. No,
they don't get the deny. Oh, my.
Oh, good golly. That's not good.
Conspiracy. That is a misplay.
Uh-oh, they make it a go. Purple, it's Brew, who's going to be splitting there after the fissure ends. Now turns it on to the Earthshaker. 2-2-4. Going to get help with that mech. Cyclone up onto the Enigma. Brew not letting up quite yet. Moves forward with the help of Axmo. They try to finish him off. Skanks could be in trouble. Skanks goes down. Bird could be next. They throw him up in the air with the Cyclone. Here comes the rest of the cavalry. Oxen going to be the one dropping thereafter. The split's going to conclude. Axmo says, I got to get the hell out of here. And, well, Sakuchi himself home.
Black Hole's still available here, though. They could continue to take this fight if they find the right angle to engage. Manifest being that mobile ward right now as he presses forward. I don't think they've got any detection in this general area. Nope, they walk right over him. So a cute little fight, a 1-for-1, but here we go. They jump back in. Storm Spirit gets put in the Yules. Black Hole channel. Storm goes down. Lifelong tragedies there in it, but they've got an overgrowth to interrupt. The tree walks away. Phoenix goes into the egg. Axmo, does he live here? I think he does. Shikuchi will be enough to save him. But LC take the fight and now look towards the Roche pit.
Ooh, Storm jumped in there, got instantly Yules, and then Requiem him on. But then I'm trying to curious how, as far as the tree, maybe he could have ulted a bit sooner to stop the Shadow Fiend from getting off the Requiem. But regardless,
he used the overgrowth to interrupt the black hole.
Radiant's middle tower.
Is that what you were asking? Sorry, I tabbed out.
No, the jump in. Storm jumped in. And, well, was welcome with the Yules. Requiem, unfortunately, he went down. They were scouted out because of the tree sitting there in Viz. And then he did end up dropping down the tree ultimate after, but...
Yeah, well, Dire also had a ward right here, right where they were standing, so they saw that initiation from pretty decent range.
Yeah.
It was also daytime. So they saw that storm coming from
it was
not
good.
a mile
it was
away,
good, quick reaction.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, there's a storm. Oh, the storm's jumping onto me.
Very
and
heads
they
up.
turn it onto him. But
So LC don't go for the Roche. No, this opens it up for the Dire, of course, or for the Radiant, rather. Of course, the Dire do have vision. Not of Roche's HP, but they know they walked into the pit. They can kind of gauge how quickly Roche will go down. Not that fast, but fast enough with the medallion. They're starting to make a move, but it's just too damn slow. LC, you got to be faster than that.
do they
it's
commit
a freebie
for it?
Roche.
oh, they don't have Black Hole.
Fissure, Undershock, the one to pick up the Aegis. That's it. LC make the right call. They don't go in here. Unfortunate. I think they actually could have contested that pretty well without any of their ultimates. Maybe not. Would have been pretty tricky. So maybe better that they do just let it go down.
Oh, they'll have to make the best of it. Step back. DUZA are going to be the ones that control the momentum now that they do have the Aegis. But LC, they're going to be happy to stall out a bit. They have really good team fight. I mean, the Wombo factor is there, Zyori. I mean, you got the setup potentially with this Black Hole. Echo Slam. Phoenix ultimate.
I was just looking at how big the
Requiem.
ultimates are. Yeah, every single one of their ultimates has a big meaty cooldown with huge damage.
Frickin' Sonic Wave. These are all ultimates. These could be destruction mode in a big team fight if the dream is there. But then again, that's a nice thing. I mean, You fear that if you have like big ultimate kind of heroes that you're kind of working around those ultimates, but when you got 5 heroes with 5 big ultimates, then there's always going to be something ready to go.
It does make your team a little more cooldown reliant, though, which is a general cause for concern, something that the other team can play around. It was a good read from DUZA to move into the Roche pit, knowing that they don't have those big wombos for the combo. And sure, they can still contest, but you've got a better chance of taking that team fight.
And unless like an Ags is put together on Queen of Pain, it's a lot of time for some of these cooldowns too. So either you're committing all of them for one glorious 5-man team fight, or you commit 1 or 2 on something like this. But no, Undershock is going to be able to ball lightning away the second he sees a bit of trouble there. Yeah, we'll be fine.
He'll be all right. He's got his Aegis too, so he's feeling pretty brave. Orchid right around the corner for the Storm. Not the best timing that we've ever seen. He'll have it probably after the 20-minute mark, but still early enough that it'll have an impact. Queen of Pain would love to be even at half of an Orchid by now. She's got Robe of the Magi and 900 gold. So
a little robe.
She's got some robes on to cover up, but overall she's feeling a little cold.
Can't be too lucrative, you know.
Ooh, there's a gem on the Enigma. Picked up a very early gem here, ready to deal with this Weaver a little more effectively. Black Hole is online. London Conspiracy will not contest the tier 2 tower up top. And they will kind of back out here.
I think London Conspiracy know that they can just take it slow. They have the team fight. They have the defense. When trouble comes a knocking on the front door, they'll be ready.
They do. One thing their roster does very well is hold high ground. If they have all of their ultimates available and DUZA try to just run up there as 5 heroes, yeah, that'll be great for London Conspiracy. I'm not sure that DUZA are going to do that anytime soon.
Well, hey, we saw Storm make that jump in before, and things got ugly real quick.
True.
You know, if LC have good proper vision, they clearly show that they could have the heads-up game to turn things around and take advantage of a bit of a lackluster moment from DUZA.
No, it's very true. They can turn things around, but DUZA are also very elusive, and they could turn this into kind of a Cloud9 style game where they just split the map, choose to take fights on their own turf, and just out-greed them. I mean, they do have the tools, one Midas on each side, but Weaver versus Phoenix, you know which one's going to be a little scarier towards that late game.
Scarier. Oh, Manifest. He's going to be able to make it away. They're not quite close enough. This tree is going to be able to get out of there, but he's only level 7 at 20 minutes in. You don't need much from your tree at this point. He has managed to throw together some decent farm outside of his arcanes, though. 1,500 gold. Curious where he's going to go from here. I mean, Agnum's is a luxury grab for your core tree that we only see once in the blue moon, but yeah, getting a blink as a setup, getting a refresher as a luxury automate, you know, too crazy.
Yeah, Venge already has kind of the core kit here with the medallion and the urn. So Tree could also look for a mech, not a bad item on the tree.
Catch up Midas, maybe?
Yeah, you could look at a Midas if you wanted to. LC are grouped up in the top lane. BKB is up on the Shadow Fiend. 10 seconds of magic immunity ready to go. Looks like they will claim a tier 1 tower in the top lane, but it'll come at a grave cost. The tier 2 in the bottom. They don't have a glyph, but here's the setup. Kaiser comes in. He gets swapped out, trying to do the Requiem, but it actually lets him do more damage to the team. Lifelong Tragedy almost goes down. Fissure will finish him off. Now the zip in from Undershock. Remember, he's got the Aegis here. He can afford to be brave. Goes in, drops an Orchid onto Madara, but no real follow-up outside of that. Afraid of the Supernova. It will just be a 1-0. They hold the tower. And that's where this fight will end for now. Oxen coming in, trying to get off the...
Black Hole on the Axmo! They get the bug and they get the Sonic Wave. That's a lot of hate.
Wow. Just as I thought that fight was wrapping up, Brew goes back into Panda form, and LC were ready and waiting from a little lukewarm. That's a big trade. 3-0. And they kill 2 big cores on dudes.
That's what I'm saying, man. LC, they can Hermit Crab this. Undershock.
Can they get the Storm? They killed the Aegis. He's got the TP anyway to interrupt it. Nope.
He gets out of there. Good time.
All right, nicely done. LC finally strike back. 13-13. I'm that gold grab.
They can play this game like a Hermit Crab, I'm telling you. Hide in their home and pull out their crazy team fight when they need to, and then bounce back on a bit of a rubber band or a little bit of a bounty swing, and look to charge this game
that as they get bigger, they just find new shells to climb into in the ocean.
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
I remember having a hermit crab pet. Actually,
You look like a guy who'd have a hermit crab
Actually,
as a pet.
I never had a hermit crab. Now that I think about it, I think we had a class pet that was a hermit crab. I never had one at my house.
You like a guinea pig?
I had a guinea pig once.
You look like you'd have a guinea pig as well.
I had a hamster. I had a rabbit. My parents are veterinarians, dude. We had every animal under the sun. No, we didn't do reptiles.
I don't think you
I didn't get down. We had a lot of birds, though. Had a big parrot. Had a cockatoo.
Oh, I had a cockatiel.
Yeah, I had a little one of those, a little headpiece. Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah.
Lots of animals.
They're loud.
Horses.
They poop a lot.
No chickens.
Yeah.
Undershock.
Guinea pig.
Guinea pig. What a weird pet. They don't do anything.
Oh!
They find him. Can they interrupt this enigma?
See you later. It's Houdini.
Okay. Maleficent not quite there. Heads up play from the Storm, but what a close call. So, Blink Mech up on the Enigma now. Earthshaker, yeah, he's pretty broke, but a Yule's also on to Relax. Big item starting to come out for LC. Shadow Fiend now gets a Yasha, either SNY or Manta around the corner for him. Probably the Manta style, given that there is an Orchid up on the Storm who looks to be going.
This is why we like the Yules on Phoenix. Getting rid of that Orchid. Works out very well. Also good for the setup. Loving it.
Yeah, if you can Yule somebody and then go Supernova right on top of them, that's a pretty good way to secure at least a near Supernova experience.
They're going to make the jump on the bottom as they TP forward here. No black hole, obviously, but you could have a Blink setup. But the deny is what Spartan wants, and that's what Spartan gets. Removing that gold from the field. Not for you, DUZA. Not for you.
DUZA trying to stay aggressive here. Looks like they want to continue applying pressure as best they can. They've played this game rather aggressively, and it's good to see. Storm picks up a bounty, and maybe they'll slow down for a few minutes here. I feel like they could take some time to let this Storm farm up his soul booster, get a little bit bigger, maybe let Brew get closer to his next item. He went for Vlad's second. Now BKB seems to be on the horizon with that Ogre Club already in tow.
He's thinking about this bird grab, but Bird has Yules, so he's going to need more help. He jumps onto him. There'll be quick Yules. Oh, they see him! Woo! Fly on forward. Blink goes in. Storm's like, nope, not happening. I got to get the hell out of here. Jumps back and gets away. This is the third time now we've seen the Storm Spirit able to slip away from what could have been potential danger there. But now you see a difference here in the body language. LC, who was once more Hermit Crab and defensive, now they're going across the river and they're going to be adding pressure on this mid lane.
Glyph comes out right away. Eidolon's there for some extra damage. The Lifelong Tragedy Venge. Thinking about a swamp right about in range here. Could lock the Shadow Fiend down. Brew has a Primal Split. He'll charge in first, perhaps. No, the Yule setup is there. Do they try to blow him up? They don't. They just poke him as he comes back down. Orchid comes out from Madara. Defensive swap. Whoa, big Supernova. Very aggressive. Are they going to be able to focus it out? Black hole on top of it. It catches the Tragedy. The Supernova connects on two. Down goes the Venge. Manifest probably going to fall as well as the Requiem gets channeled. A 2-0 to get things started. Brew safe because he's in split form, but unable to do any kind of damage or really make any space for his team. Weaver on the backside, not finding an opening to enter the fight, and it'll be 2-0 as the tower falls. It's the London Conspiracy, channeling the Illuminati as they come out ahead.
This is where I'm going to see a problem, though, with the Weaver, and maybe why we don't see Weaver a whole lot is he just is not that good in big team fights. Yeah. He's more of like trying to get little pickoffs here, going for solo supports, making kind of one-on-one engagements happen.
He has
long jump, though, coming out. Undershot gets a hold of Kaiser. And the Self-Yule's going to be getting him alive for now. Is he able to find a way to blink out? Nope, certainly not. Gets taken down. The Death Requiem going to be there, but obviously not going to get a kill in exchange. But yeah, man, Weaver goes in, sees all this fireworks fly out, and he's like, I don't want any part of this.
There's that was a pretty close call for Phoenix. He was carrying the gem there, and he almost died. Was able to TP out just at the end of it. But if he had gone down, that would have been a huge trade in favor of DUZA. Look at this gold graph now, and it's LC jumping in the lead. 4,000 net worth, about 10,000 experience. Roche being scouted out by the Venge. A really long respawn timer here, up in about 40 seconds. See if Venge is able to capitalize on it. And another Aegis would bode well for DUZA.
Gotta say, though, this Weaver has some pretty good farm. Axmo, after Lincoln's, has about 3,600 freaking gold.
He's still getting out-farmed by the Shadow Fiend, though. And this is the big issue with carries like Weaver, where you have Shadow Fiend who can do all this work early on. He dominates the mid lane. He's great in pushes, can find solo pickoffs, contribute in team fights. And then in the late game, he can still go blow for blow with this Weaver. And he's also still out-farming Weaver with a much more utility pickup in the Yules, while Weaver goes for the Midas, which only helps his bottom line. So, I don't know. Shadow Fiend is just a lot more well-rounded as a carry right now, and heroes on the like are so much more popular than
He just hits so hard, and he has those raises to bring the farm so quick.
And Weaver hits so little.
Well, here we go. DUZA want to move into the Roche pit, banging out with the big boy, but they got to be careful. They do have the ward on the high ground to see exactly what's going on, but because of the smoke,
No black hole.
Legion Commander kind of in the dark here.
They can test this.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be close. Jump in and get snagged up, but it's going to be the Storm Spirit taking it, but they get the black hole pull into the egg on the high ground. The bird damage is there, and well, the Aegis is going to be used.
Yep, Quap will go down, but still they kill the Weaver. They bring down the Aegis. If they can kill Storm again, this will be huge. Now the Primal Split comes out on the Panda. He'll go right into the fight. Look at all these Cyclones. It's a Twister, Bill Paxton. Run! Now the Panda just trying to get the hell out of there. They'll kill his other little pandas, but the big one will live. Venge not going to be so lucky. Stopped by a fissure, and, well, it's a good fight for LC. They don't get the Roche, but they trade 1 for 2 and bring down the Aegis. I would say not too shabby.
Good contention, good setup, even though they were not able to get in there snappy enough to get the classic steal. They get a nice team fight set up there. The black hole, the supernova, you could just see the potential. And they're able to bring down the Weaver. Brew gets down to a very low amount of life, and, well, your Storm Spirit's going to be losing his Aegis. Drop of a hat.
He still gets his Bloodstone completed, but that is one thing that Phoenix does very well. Control the Roche pit, and from our hacker perspective as observers, it looked like, oh, wow, the egg right in the middle of the fight, but he was up on the high ground here.
Yeah.
And if you're on the Radiant side, that can be very hard to deal with.
And not everyone can go up there and hit it.
Yep, and you don't have vision. Then you have uphill misses as well, even if you can see it. So it gives him that extra buffer. Phoenix also dings level 16 off that fight. So now the egg is maxed out, and this is when Phoenix gets a lot more scary.
Nearly
11 auto attacks.
3K gold, all right? This is a rich freaking bird.
It really is.
It really is.
Caw, motherfucker.
What do you buy on a bird this rich?
I think Shiva's is where you go. Under shock. He's got a TP. He zips deep into the tree line. Can they find him? Madara wants it, but they can't get it.
Man, he's slippery. Cannot get a hold of him. How many times this game have we seen the Storm Spirit able to slip away at the last second? One too many times.
Yeah, one too many for sure. Kaiser, where you going, number 48? Walking around.
I want Weaver. Can you get a Yule's Requiem and blow up the bug? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Weaver has a Deso, so he's hitting. This is the point when Weaver starts to actually come online, right around the 30-minute mark. We talk about that standard timing a lot for carries.
The Book of Dota standards.
This is it. Lincoln's Desolator with a Midas at 30 minutes. Weaver actually hits pretty hard now. He can start finding solo pickoffs. And in the back of these team fights, his play is just scoot around the back line, find those squishy supports, and just start poking them a little bit. Give him the bugs.
Yeah, and he can always, you know, be one of those heroes. A good MKB candidate just in case of Butterfly, something that Shadow Fiend considers. But he's farming up in the lane for now, and he's got Manifest nearby just in case. But it's a single target Weaver, and I still can't help, you know, LC, they got a team that's just so much wombo to their combo that it could be scary. For even a little bug here who's trying to just kind of weave in and out, getting those quick little picks. But if the team fight ends up being a disaster for LC, it could be a cleanup dream for Axmoo.
Axmoo.
What do I call him? Axmoo? Axmo.
Axmoo.
The Weaver cow, Axmoo.
Yep. Now BKB on the way for him, so going another defensive item here, but I think a necessity. Huge amount of magic damage on the side of LC. How's Quap doing? Madara started off so rough and has recovered pretty well, about even with the Brew. I think that's more a testament to how much the Brew has fallen, more so than how well the Quap is doing. But at least they're kind of on even footing. BKB is up on the Brewmaster now, 10 seconds, ready to rock.
BKBs in this game certainly will help, but there's still good anti-BKB. I mean, Queen of Pain's ultimate, of course, still. And you got your Black Hole. Oh, jump top lane. They're making it go onto 224. Yules is going to be there, but they are going to be able... Oh, no. He's going to be fine. After Shock again is going to be able to barely get the hell out of there.
That was pretty close, but he does zip back to safety, so he's doing all right.
Who Yulesed him? It might have been... Oh, it was Phoenix.
No,
it was the Shadow Fiend?
Phoenix or the SF. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of Yule Scepters here.
No, yeah.
One or the other.
Whatever.
I missed the cooldown.
Dire's middle tower is under
He's alive. That's what matters.
Bottom lane, Manifest. Whoa! Dropped like a rock as the Queen of Pain comes in, drops her full arsenal. Orchid into Sonic Wave. Yep, that's a way to find a freebie. So just a treant, but that does help her bottom line and gets her closer to level 60.
Axmo looking for Madara. Oh, right behind. There she is. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Not going to be happening. Not like he had much to really stop this Queen of Pain from just getting away, but the effort was there.
Looks like the BKB coming out on Axmo. Yep, the Panda's going to ferry it out. Captain Bamboo. Wow, look at that. Inscribed gem, 3,700 wards placed by the Venge. That is impressive.
It's a lot of wards.
That is a lot of wards. Oh, God. All right, Quap going BKB now. Nigma looking for something.
Undershock making a jump on the 224. Orchid's there. Boom.
Oh.
Gets a nice kill on the support.
He's been gunning for that Earthshaker for a while. This time he gets it. Scotty on the way for the Shadow Fiend. Big items coming out on both sides of the coin. You look at this graph, and it's LC holding on to that lead, but they've been kind of plateaued here, and we got to buckle those seatbelts as it looks like we're in it towards the late game. Nobody close to the high ground yet, and that makes us wonder who's got the advantage.
Did we know this Enigma has a sheep stick right here? Wow.
Oh, he had the scythe. I didn't realize he had a full scythe. So what did I? He had the orb, rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you meant. Yeah. Oh, Undershock gonna get silenced up. Your Storm Spirit very elusive up to this point, but can he get away from this one? I don't think so. There's the jump. Proves me wrong. Maybe. Nope. Second jump. Third jump. That's an Olympic jump. There's the TP. Undershock gets out of there again. Man, this guy's slippery.
He really is. They just can't latch onto him. That's the debut of the Scythe as well. It's a shame they couldn't find a kill with it. Now Storm will play around it a little bit more, maybe be a little more defensive.
That's enough, though, to put him in check. Like, hey, don't try that anymore. You're going to make committed jumps like that. You could be welcomed by a quick sheep stick. And next thing you know, you're going to be out for the count.
Yep.
And LC, that's their point when they can really thrive in a big team fight. They take someone down like your Storm Spirit or your Brew, and they'll be able to take advantage here. They're going to go into Axmo, who's doing their Ancient Camp. Try to pop off the Lincolns. They're going to commit a black hole for this one, and there's the beam. Flying on out, it's Earthshaker who gets the last hit, but they take out
I feel like that's worth it. I feel like that's really worth it. That Weaver has a fresh BKB, a Lincoln's, time-lapse. If you don't black hole that, he's getting away. Yeah. He is a really high-value target as their leading farmer. Also, it secures some big items for your team. Now there's a Scotty up on the Shadow Fiend. And something else was picked up off the backside of that. Oh, there's the Shivas on Phoenix.
And your BKB also complete on your Queen of Pain.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
A lot of items coming together. Earthshaker, not quite towards his Blink Dagger, but he's got 1K gold, so with that kill, it certainly gives him a boost that way. He's been pretty selfless with his play up to this point, so would love to get that luxurious Blink Dagger. Regardless of 40 or 45 minutes, that's really all you need on your Earthshaker to be a big factor. More than he's already been. I mean, the long-range Fissure is already a great tool to have when you got a Blink Dagger or not. And now with this drop of Weaver, they add pressure bottom lane, looking to go for a tier 2, but look who's already inside the base. It's Undershock up and above on the north side of the planet. He's going to get a little bit of pressure on this tier 3.
Well, they take out the tier 2 in the bottom. Good trade for LC as they really don't trade a hell of a lot. This tower is still pretty healthy. Now the long-range zip from Undershock goes on to 224. It's a freebie. But Kaiser comes in. Can he time it right? Spirit Bomb going to be mitigated by the BKB. Undershock lives, but they do force out a 10-second BKB charge as he makes his retreat.
Undershock is just so good at making sure he gets a way out.
Yeah, he really is. Pretty impressive Storm play this game.
I mean, it gets to the point of almost frustration for this LC squad, I imagine, where they're like, you know what, just freaking use a black hole. Get him out of here. Yeah. I'm tired of his crap. Jump it in, thinking he can just get away with this crap. I'm sure 224 of all people is like, listen, stop it. Don't let him do that to me.
Listen, y'all. All right.
He keeps doing this crap to me, and we can't seem to make him pay.
I'm never going to have a Blink Dagger at this rate.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting closer. He's got about 1,400 gold, 2/3 of the way there. Slow and steady. You'll get it. Earthshaker, just keep that nose to the grindstone, keep working at it, and one day all of your dreams will come true.
Oh, Manifest, gotta be careful. Gem nearby on this Enigma.
Oh, the Enigma's carrying it. He's gonna see it.
Hey,
Hey there, hi there.
Oh, he tries to do a little bit of that tree dance, but
well,
somebody dropped the beat.
There's one thing I learned from watching Lord of the Rings. Trees do not like fire. And when he sees that Phoenix, all you can do is run.
Really? You didn't know that from just general life? It's just Lord of the Rings taught me that trees don't like fire.
Well, in real life, trees
not Smokey the Bear.
Undershock. They turn him into a piggy. Can they carve him up and turn him into a roast? They can. The slam dunk.
There it is. 224.
Finally gets some vengeance. He's like, you motherfucker, you going down today.
Oh, 2 ultimates. Feels so good to get that storm down.
Finally, they like it.
Oh,
man.
So
Lord of the Rings is the only thing I've seen where trees are talking. You know, I heard Treebeard say how much he hates fire. It was implied by Smokey, but
I think I learned when I was 4 years old that trees probably won't like fire. But I guess some people learn a little bit later.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't put much stock into what that drugged up bear had to say about forest fires.
It's okay.
Uh-oh, Roche, it's going to be scattered out. Scarab's coming on in. They've got a black hole here. Enigma in an awkward spot, though. He's in the pit. He needs to stay out, I think, if they get initiated on. There's the BKB used by Oxen. He goes cruising in. 2-2-4 goes down to Axmo. BKB's popped aplenty. It's LC on the backside. They're starting to run. Venge gets brought down quick. 1 for 1 to get things started. Phoenix put inside of the Cyclone, but does have the dive as well as the egg. Do they use it here? It's Radiant that are just trying to snipe Roche. Black hole coming in. There it is. Roche goes down. There's an Aegis on the ground, but it's picked up by Storm as he scoots in. They kill Axmo. That's a step in the right direction. Now the Supernova goes off. Storm dies. Is this time properly? Will he get stunned as he comes up? He will. The Supernova goes through the BKB.
Whoa.
Oh my God. He's still alive, but for how long?
Oh.
He's zipping around. Zip, zap,
Whoa, whoa,
back
whoa.
to the base. Oh my God. He's got a lot of mana.
Yeah, where did all that mana come from? I thought like, oh, he's going to barely jump out. Next thing you know, he makes it back to his tier 2.
Oh, man. Well, again, a weird fight. Roche goes down to the Radiant. The Aegis gets picked up by the Storm, but again, they kill the Aegis right away and take a good trade. It was a 1 for 2. I feel like LC can be pretty happy with that overall. If they'd stashed the Aegis, that would have been a completely different engagement.
I can't feel like it's like LC. It's like they just have a good, clean draft of solid team fight, and with respectable execution, they can get what they want. But DUZA, I have a lineup where they're kind of playing a bit more stylish. They're moving in and out. They're trying to go quick picks here and there with the Weaver being elusive, the Storm being elusive. But the overall just big punch that comes up from LC just seems to be what's taking the cake here so far.
Yeah, when it comes down to the real serious 5v5 engagements, it's LC that are finding the better of it every time. It feels like their ultimates are just used in succession a little bit better. They have slightly more coordination. DUZA are winning in the micro fights. The Weaver comes around the back line, messes with these supports, the pickoffs here and there. Undershock making a huge amount of space for his team, but ultimately the team fights are where it really matters, and LC still holding on to a pretty sizable lead. 7,500 net worth, about 12k experience.
This is a game where you just wish you were a Rubik if you were on the DUZA side. Just love to get a little piece of any of this to be able to kind of turn things back around to kind of improve the team fight a little bit here. Manifest again. Be careful. Enigma has that gem still. This time he gets a brief glimpse and it just gets the hell out of there quickly. And like you called, Manifest did go for that Blink Dagger. So this time if he is spotted out, he can be just as elusive as the rest of his DUZA squad and being able to put himself into a good spot.
Hopefully, though, DUZA have quite a few gap closers themselves. They've got a series of blinks and Icarus dive, and we'll see. It gives them a tool, though, no doubt about it. Maybe now DUZA can find some initiation with the overgrowth. That's always an option as well. So, how's this Shadow Fiend doing? Looks like there's a butterfly right around the corner, just a quarterstaff away. 224 finally got his blink, and they will rendezvous for a little smoke under the tier 2 mid. Let's see what the London Conspiracy can find with this.
They're going to go right for enemy territory. Shadow Fiend leading out the front charge here. Possibly going to be crossing paths with Oxen here. The Brew is just about to head on the way out. They blink. Oh, gets caught in the trees. Face first, right into the stump.
Blink on blink.
Not going to be happening there.
Scarab scouting it out, breaking the blink daggers here.
Dagnabbit. Smoke. Not going to be happening here, LC. They're going to have to step back to the drawing board and wait it out a bit.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
But you know, DUZA at this point, it's like they can't just push forward and start trying to finish out and get the remainder of this tier 2 action maybe in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean for LC it's not a lack of trying. They really want to fight right now. They are ready to try and put the nail in the coffin. They'll buy another smoke right away after that failed smoke.
Yeah, they really want to fight.
So
DUZA's like, we're going to wait for them to mess up, or we're going to look for a pick off and then take advantage of numbers. LC's like, well, we have the numbers, we can win a fight, so let's go fight.
So I think there it is. They're going to wait for the butterfly now. They really want to fight. DUZA do not have any way to deal with this. Weaver, he wants to go for a butterfly of his own, so no MKB in the near future unless he just ditches the talisman and totally changes things around here. No Hex on the Storm yet.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's working on it.
He would have to ditch something as well if he wanted to get a MKB on his Shadow Fiend for the Weaver.
Oh, Exmo. Wow, he BKBs that Shivas. That was a little trigger happy. That's a 9-second BKB charge there, completely wasted.
Maybe fearful of the jumping in Earthshaker.
I don't even think Phoenix wanted the Weir, though. Phoenix really just wanted the Rune. That was it. Yeah. There was no real pressure.
Chalk it up to maybe nerves for Axmo or something, but yeah, his BKB gonna be chalked down to 8 seconds.
Yeah, Shadow
Every
Fiends
second counts on this little bug.
Yeah, you're right. Shadow Fiend will have to ditch something though if he wants to be. I wonder what he'll throw away.
Probably the Yules.
Yeah, at this point the Yules is gonna run its course.
Yeah.
But an interesting item now on Treant. 43-minute Midas.
Well, to catch up Midas. I thought it was going to be coming before the Blink Dagger, but he gets it after.
Is it even... Is it a catch-up Midas at 45 minutes?
It's a why the hell not Midas?
Yeah, there's not enough time in the game possibly for this to even let you to catch up to anything.
It's like a catch Midas. I don't know.
It's like, I really think there should be an active on Midas where you can just throw it at your opponents and it puts it on cooldown and does like 200 damage.
Yeah, you know, I'm done with this thing here.
Just throw, I mean, it's like a hunted gold. I feel like you could lob it as a projectile.
Yeah, it could be like a little homage to the Gambler from back in the day where you just throw your bits of gold into a random chance that you'll get the full net worth of.
Oh, Undershock, Hex into Black Hole. There's a Supernova off to the side and even a Sonic Wave for good measure. The Storm gets put more than 6 feet under. They pound his corpse into the ground and then kick his dead skull a couple of times. Maybe some overkill, but that'll teach Storm to try and rat their base.
Yeah, it's two ultimates to take down that Storm, who does have a Bloodstone. So, or 3 ultimates?
Sonic Wave, Supernova, and Black Hole.
Oh, Sonic Wave 2, huh? Oh, wow. Okay,
Drop the hammer all over that Black Hole, man. They were ready.
Storm Spirit, they're not going to be able to make it across the map to pressure enough even for the buyback. Your Storm does have the Bloodstone. The charges have been brought down, though, to 4. So that's not good for your Storm Spirit. But LC, they just know that they control the tempo of this game. They're like, we'll just get the kills we want. We'll wait for our ultimates to come back, and then we can just decide when we want to cross the river and really add the pressure. I think they know that they're in a comfortable spot at this point.
Oh, speaking of pressure, Kaiser goes in. BKB's on. Requiem blows up the Venge. BKB's popped by the Radiant side. There's your time lapse from Axmo. Primal Split has come out, but Kaiser, he might be able to live here. He's getting low. He's on the run. The laser healing him up. He'll be okay for now. Cyclone flies through as Spartan joins the party. Looks like it'll just be one pick off for the Shadow Fiend, but they will all stay alive, and the Panda's Split will be on cooldown.
Oof. And with Panda Split on cooldown, maybe LC could look to make something happen here. Or they could just decide to push out a little bit, wait for this Roche, get the Aegis, and then by that point, cooldowns would be off, and they could be ready to take a big fight and look to push for the high ground here. I don't know if it's going to be able to all happen within the window of the Split, probably not, but they can do things in their time. And it looks like stepping into Boots of Travel, it's going to be key. So we know at some point you might potentially need to consider an MKB to kind of deal with the Butterfly that is potentially going to be snagged up here on the Weaver. Weaver's already able to throw together an MKB, though.
Wow, so he does make the pit stop.
Oh, wow. So he gets a little bit of evade, but he gets his own MKB.
Yeah.
So he definitely has right-click on the Shadow Fiend.
A lot from Axmo. This is really smart, very adaptable. The Talisman of Evasion piece is value town.
He better be elusive, though. If he's caught by these ultimates, you know, who cares about evasion at that point?
Well, at least he has BKB and... This is a pretty well-rounded build for him, honestly. He's got a great mix of defensive and offensive, and the Talisman of Evasion is very, very cost-effective, effective HP if the other team does not have an MKB, which of course they do not.
I mean, this is as good as it gets for your Weaver, so we can see how good it's going to be. I mean, now in an era when you have like a Jug or a Troll or a Sniper who could just do so much with an inventory like this, we can see what really the difference maker is between why we don't see heroes like Weaver anymore and why we see more of the Trolls, the Snipers, the Jugs, and what they can do in the same position. So if we see a point where this Weaver is just not getting a lot done, kind of in an awkward spot, not really being able to engage in these team fights while those ultimates are there, I mean, there's going to be your answer. So we'll have to see. If Weaver, though, is able to withstand the early pressure, maybe he eats a couple of ultimates and then he quickly BKBs and time lapses out and then he cleans up, then it's going to be all well worth it.
Uh-oh, Shadow Fiend. He could be in some trouble. He's got some enemies nearby ready to tighten the noose. He does have a BKB available and a double damage rune on. There are also 2 hexes on the Dire side. Quap finished up hers and Enigma's had one for a while. Now the refresher, he's got the double hex. Here we go down bottom. BKB's used. Undershock losing the duel against Kaiser. He channels the Requiem. It does nothing, but he does force out an Overgrowth. Weaver dies to the Earthshaker somewhere else as we're watching the Shadow Fiend fight. So it looks like they jumped on him here in the mid lane, threw out a dunk, threw out a Sonic Wave.
That's what I'm talking about, though. You may have a fancy BKB and a time-lapse to get away, but all that needs to happen is he gets caught out with something like a long-range fissure, and then they just jump on top of the bug and just murderify him.
Yep. Well, at least a couple of cooldowns were wasted, namely being that overgrowth. Weaver does not have a buyback here. Down for 65 seconds, only 100 gold short, but boy, is that painful. They don't have a glyph either. Oh, no, this is bad news for DUZA. Oh, KotlGuy, this is a lane of barracks, I think, without contest. Probably not 2, but with 50 seconds, if Weaver doesn't buy back here, LC might be thinking, oh, maybe he doesn't have it. Storm zips way across, just trying to bait him out.
It's the long TP harassment, but it's not going to stop them from getting what they want.
They'll go straight mid.
Yeah, LC move in. Where's your farmed Weaver now? Buying out, not having the buyback at the ready. Simply gets caught out.
On that MKB.
They commit a couple of big ultimates just for a Weaver, but you see how much it just kind of works out for them. Glyph going to be there. Undershock now commits, jumps in. BKB is going to be popped. Can they take down the Spartan? They can. So Enigma's going to be dropped. But yeah.
Supernova. It's going to hit a couple. Is it? Yeah. Secures the kill on the bench. Enigma goes down, though. The Primal splits there. LC not taking this free fight they were hoping for. Weaver's up in about 10 seconds. They need to make this retreat sooner rather than later. Tower goes down. Now they back it on up. And that'll be the end of this, it looks like. Unless they pursue out of the base. There's the Electric Vortex on to relax, but now the counter initiation. Fissure, Requiem, big damage coming out on this Radiant side. Manifest goes down. Aximo's here. Can he take out the trash? He wants to clean it up. They get the Earthshaker. That's something. Maybe a little more.
I think their Shadow Fiend could fight. He has cheese, but he's not going to make the fight happen. Relax, very low on life, just trying to hold out. Self-Yules, but does go down.
Too. That's bad.
Gem goes down. And it looks like LC kind of have to walk away. They do walk away, taking down a set of racks on the bottom, opening up the racks in the mid lane by dropping that tier 3. And you got Shadow Fiend here with a huge lump sum of nearly 8k gold saved up in reserve with still a cheese to use. A buyback coming out on your Phoenix.
For the Roche. They want to defend
They want to contest this Roche.
Buyback on the Earthshaker as well. Enigma up in 5. Is this going to be enough to deter DUZA, though? They can do this very fast. It is. They luck into a double damage on Weaver as well. Oh, almost the stars aligning for DUZA. The question now is, do they take a fight off this? 2 buybacks down for LC.
Well, LC just move in. A team with the much better team fights, like, what are you going to do about it? But we could see a jump in from Undershock.
There is still a black hole.
They don't have the vision. Inside the pit itself. It's going to be low. Oh, it gets Yulesed up. Not going to be happening. He still makes the jump committed back behind, wants to get 2-2-4, but he gets welcome from the Orchid. Madara able to turn it around right on the Storm Spirit.
Black hole from the high ground. Nicely done onto Axmo. There's the swap from the bench.
Refresher orb. Second black hole if he wants it, though. Going to be Yulesed up.
And, oh, it's a Cyclone when he comes back down. Maybe he can still live. Madara eats a cheese. He'll live from the duel against Axmo. Axmo will try to chase him down. Is there any way they can kill this Weaver? Orchid's there. Team starting to converge. There's one of the totems. There's a fissure, and there's a kill on the bug. Splatty goes. Phoenix dies off to the side. It's a dieback for him, so he'll be out of the game for a while. A chaotic fight, but the Shadow Fiend does walk away with the Aegis still in tow. And they still have a cheese on Madara. I think he had 2 cheeses.
Oh, man.
Ooh, he was aging them. I like it.
Costs the buyback of Storm Spirit as well. So Legion Commander just go for their push. Maybe they can at least get the buyback out from the Weaver here, and they will need to use it because these Raxes are in jeopardy. MKB been complete now from Key. There's going to be the jump from Undershock. Self BKB. Can he get him down? He can, but that's just for the Aegis here.
There's still a black hole to boot. He refreshed before. Cooldowns for DUZA. Not too many available. They'll go in. Hex onto Oxen. Hex onto that other guy, Kaiser. Ooh, is he going to win this duel? He pops his BKB. Now Oxen comes scooting out. Undershot gets it. Black hole on 2, but the Weaver's there laying into Spartan. Maybe they can find a few kills, but it'll cost them their Enigma. Shadow Fiend's already fallen. Oh, LC, is this the beginning of the throw? They're in some trouble. Madara, the only one left alive. BKB's used. He'll TP home. But, oh, daddy, do they get cleaned up. Sure, the Weaver buys back. But look at that worth trade. Oh, boy, it's over 5,000 going the way of the lady.
5,200. Net worth swing for DUZA right there. Plenty of buyback still to use here on LC. DUZA probably want to see if they can pressure it. Take down our tier 2 and try to get a buyback out, but they're going to have to work all the way from one side to the other.
What a slugfest.
But yeah, big slugfest. No Raxes are taken down from that push. And they had the benefit of the Aegis and at least one black hole, but they can't find their window.
Well, LC had a pretty big lead before that fight. About 14k net worth, 12k experience. So, all things considered, they're still in an okay shape. Forcing the buybacks definitely does bode well.
Non-black hole.
Mid falls.
Spartan will buy back.
All right, no refresher for 50. No black hole for 2 minutes. There's a buyback on the Shadow Fiend. And I think that's all DUZA wanted. I don't even think that was premature, but they make the smart play just to back up right away. And, well, Shadow Fiend, he does have a lot of money. So of all the heroes they have to buy back there, he's not too upset about it. He switches in his MKB. And he is now completely 6-slotted. That's BOT's up, and I don't know what you dump at this point if you want to move into something else.
Yeah, DUZA are just hoping that they've bought themselves another 5 to 10 minutes with a play like that. Pushing on forward, forcing LC to pull out a couple of those buybacks. Puts them into an insecure position of if we go for another fight and we lose again, we will not have our luxurious buybacks and we could see a big turnaround here and DUZA could make the play. But they're looking to make a play right now. They smoke up and look to go the other side. This is the best timing they could ask for because they know that the black hole's down.
Double
it
smoke.
Is a refresher, though, that's still up and ready to go for this Enigma. But this is their best chance to maybe make something happen here. They're going towards the top lane, but there's going to be no LC members there. They've smoked up themselves, and they're on the mid lane.
Oh, I think they're going to miss each other. Both teams with the same idea, but in completely different quadrants of the map. Maybe they could go for the Brewmaster. It looks like that's the target they'll try and grab. He does have a gem. Oh, man, they just don't have the vision to know he's going to TP. If they had some sort of intel there, Earthshaker could have blinked over and tried to make it happen.
Unfortunate timing from both sides. Both looking to do a cheeky, clever play, but
I think this works out
each other.
better for LC, though, because Enigma's ultimate is coming off cooldown in about 20 seconds.
Yep.
It's terrible if you have that ultimate at like 45 seconds and you feel like you have to refresh. That is the opposite of efficiency with balancing those cooldowns. So for LC, even just dodging that fight to have the double black hole, I think is definitely good news.
Definitely too early for a Roche here. LC try to get the preemptive scout to see what their options are right now, is they'll probably have to play a little bit of the stall game here and wait a bit. They just know that they want to make the best of this game. It's very early here into Star Ladder Season 12 Europe, but you want to make the most out of these group stages. How many times have you seen teams cut short on making it to that land because of a one-game difference?
Dude, it happens. It has happened, and it'll happen again. AC is completed on the Brewmaster, and Storm looking for maybe a Shiva's of his own as another Mystic Staff. So more big items continuing to come out onto the field. Axmo, I'll just stay in the course for his Butterfly. 3,300 gold already with the Talisman. He is damn close.
600, over 600 CS on this Shadow Fiend right now with 32k net worth. He's rich. Wow. He's a rich boy.
That is ridiculous. It's like 10 creep kills a minute.
Wow. The math. They're going to push down from the north here.
Math, Batman.
LC's team fight, very strong, very confident here, but not confident enough to maybe make a committed push without having that Aegis. So they'll just keep the pressure towards the DUZA side while they have their advantage of taking down the bottom set of racks, forcing DUZA to be kind of herded up into their base without really a lot of room to spread and farm. LC just want to take advantage of that and keep eyes near the Roche pit so that when it does come up, they can sweep it there and get the job done.
Yeah, I feel like DUZA are playing this right for now. They know that they're the team that is not going to win a straight-up 5v5 if both teams have all of their ultimates available. That is just an established fact, both on paper and kind of anecdotally through what's happened in the first 50 minutes of this match. They need to win this by pickoffs, by split pushing, by continuing to split the efforts of LC, and I think they've done that rather effectively. They're behind by a pretty good bit, but, wow, you see the difference of that last fight. Huge swing. I think LC just want to stay defensive until next Roche. I think this is the Roche that they say to themselves, this is our Aegis, this is our cheese, we need it to take this final fight and push the high ground.
DUZA know that if LC are to get this Aegis, then
their lives are going to get a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's game, but it could be game breaking.
It's pretty damn close. I mean, Quap has a refresher now, by the way.
LC could choke. They could get caught out, lose their Enigma, and have no black hole for a team fight. You know, it could be disastrous for them, but having an Aegis makes things a bit more to their liking. A bit more probable that they'll be able to get what they want. They could have someone casually out front to kind of soak in all the initial brunt force of DUZA, and then be able to follow through with a good team fight there. So
yeah,
patience is the game.
Quap has enough gold for the refresher, but I think she wants to pull for buyback before she picks it up. Probably the smart play. Still, double Sonic Wave is quite scary. Also, the double sheep. That's the other thing.
Double sheep.
You don't
double BKB.
Yeah, you don't normally think of refresher on Quap. Like, one argument you can make is, well, why not just get an Ags? That's almost as good as refresher for your ultimate. But if you factor in all for other items, double Orchid, double Scythe, 10 seconds of magic immunity, then that refresher makes a little more sense.
Yeah. But you got to make sure you have that buyback. Just in case.
1 minute on Roche.
About to the 1 hour mark in this game here. 25-31. Just our first match today here for day number 2 of Start Ladder 12 Europe. It's going to be Spartan who gets run into trouble here between the two. And like I said, something can happen where your Enigma gets picked off and suddenly you don't have a black hole.
He doesn't have a
buyback. Oh, Mo. He's out 90 seconds and Roche is going to be up very soon for DUZA.
Okay, he'll be up about 30 seconds after Roche comes up, but the timings are going to line up pretty well. DUZA know it's not up yet. They won't stick around in the pit, and they won't get it at the absolute quickest time possible. They'll gank Madara in the mid. Can they get another pick off? They can! Oh, my. Now, Quap, happy that she pulled for buyback.
Oh, man.
Because it's actually coming into play here, and we'll probably be forced to use it.
Oh, boy. Not good. LC, lose 2. They do have that buyback, like you mentioned, on the Queen of Pain. They could have to use it here. DUZA are just going to push the lanes towards the LC base, take what space they can, maybe step back and try to take down the Roche quickly, which they can do. And Desolator Weaver and the Storm could put together enough right-click to just quickly take down the Beast.
Go for it. If LC want to contest this, they need to buy back on the Quap right now and just book it towards the pit, and I just don't think they're going to do that. Very risky play, knowing how quickly Roche can go down. And he's dead. Aegis and Cheese go to the Radiant. LC.
Oh, this is a game where Legion... Or Legion. I was supposed to say Legion Commander London Conspiracy had a 14K net worth lead at one point. Now things going the other way as DUZA, who don't have the biggest team infight in comparison to something like the squad of LC. They get their pickoffs. They wait for their time. Now they get their Aegis. They're the ones in control. Satanic going to be complete, though, on your Shadow Fiend. A glorious and now fully 6-slotted Shadow Fiend.
So he drops his BKB for the Satanic.
Oh.
That is very brave.
So brave.
It really is. I guess figuring...
They hide him in the dark. Maybe DUZA will just think he has a BKB.
Yeah.
And not make the jump onto him.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what other item you would dump. I feel like the 4 on the right are all the ones that aren't going to move. MKB, Butterfly, Scotty, BOT. So it's between the Manta and the BKB. In most games, I think you would sort of favor the Manta, but against the tree...
It's not that bad to get rid of the BKB this game. You can Manta off the Orchid. You can Manta off a Magic Missile. It goes slow enough.
It's really the Scythe. The Scythe of Vice is the big one that I think is going to be tricky.
But they might be using that Scythe to make a preemptive jump onto someone like your Enigma.
I think that's what he's banking on.
You know, on these big team fight heroes and getting them out of the fight. And the next thing you know, they don't have something for your Shadow Fiend, and he's going to be able to dish out huge right-click damage now with a Satanic in hand.
Well, here's another piece of lockdown he'll have to deal with. BKB won't save you from that, though. Abyssal Blade up on the Brew. Storm gets a completed Shiva's Guard now, and the Aegis of the Immortal did actually go to the Weaver. So Aximo will be the one to have that second life, 6,500 gold, plenty for buyback.
I mean, now he can go in and just kind of go balls to the wall, dishing out all the damage he can, and then be a little more finicky with his second life.
Yeah, Weaver and Storm are both really good Aegis carriers, actually. Very low cooldown spams, huge damage.
Yeah.
It's good in general.
So good.
Now Manifest, he's moving through the enemy jungle. He's all scouting it out, and does he have an Aghanims? Oh my gosh. We have a tree. I was like, what are these little things on the mini map? We've got an Aghanim's tree. So this is really fun. So now he gets overgrowth everywhere. He's got a little tree down.
Yep. You can put him by the neutral camps as well.
Yep.
And anytime he casts his ultimate, he gets bits of extra farm too.
Free newts. Yeah, look at him. That's exactly what he's doing here. Very big radius, and this can be hard to deal with. Now, it is countered by a quelling blade. You can just kind of come in and cut down the tree, and then, well,
they have a Phoenix with Icarus Dive that can remove trees.
Also, Midnight Pulse.
Midnight Pulse can remove the trees.
A lot of deforestation, but it's still very irritating to deal with because the tree can put them down all over the place, and it's sort of like a techie style where you never know when there could be an overgrowth trap that you're walking into, and you think, oh, we're really safe right now. Tree's not even here, and then all of a sudden, you're stuck in an overgrowth and you're not quite ready.
And you don't have
it.
an Icarus Dive or a Midnight Pulse for the fight because you're using it to deward.
Yeah, or you've already used your Manta style because you think, oh, there's no tree right here, I'm safe. And then all of a sudden, you're disarmed. So, you don't get to see this pick very often. I mean, 63 minutes in, it's coming into play.
In an hour-long game, and you have the farm on a Treant Protector, I mean, I'm sure...
And the other thing,
they're
Dakota,
very happy for Ice Frost.
It gives you vision. This is Radiant Vision we're looking at here. They're basically like free wards.
Yeah, this is one of the best like luxurious support items you can ask for now on a Treant Protector.
Yes, it really is. Big jump down bottom. They go for the Shadow Fiend. Can they bring him down? No BKB. They lock him in place. Black hole's there. Kaiser lives. Whoa! Uses the Satanic, but now can they turn it around? Supernova. Black hole number 2. DUZA Gaming. This could be the beginning of the throw. They kill the Storm Spirit, they kill the Brew, they kill the Venge. And there's the buyback from the Storm. It's a 1 for 3. Wow, what an explosive fight. I can't believe the Shadow Fiend lived. It doesn't get much closer than that.
The game-saving Black Hole allowed the Shadow Fiend to turn it back with a Satanic and get all of that life back. And then they just followed in line, one by one. Queen of Pain just kind of put the cherry on the frosting there. Cherry on the frosting, cherry on the sundae.
Cherry on top. She put that cherry somewhere.
She popped the cherry.
Whoa, all right, look at this.
Took them down. Immediate double buyback comes out from DUZA, and they just go charging the other way while that ultimate's down.
Are they all in here? They know all the ultimates are down. There's no refresher. This is what's scary. LC take a big fight, but how do they hold this off? It's a 4v4. We'll see what they can do. Fissure, that's a good start. Okay. Gandalf style, I like it. They don't have the Brew with them. This was a weird play from DUZA. I can't help but feel like they just wasted those buybacks.
Like, we gotta go now, we gotta stop.
It's a good thought. Like, okay, all their ultis are down, no refresher on the Enigma. Go towards the base, boys, all in. And then you get there and go, wait, actually, do we really want to go all in here? If we die, I think we lose.
I don't know, Enigma's gonna be back. Yeah, this might not be a good idea. They pull back.
So they back up, but now you've got 2 cores with buybacks on cooldown, Storm and the Brew. Weaver does not have the Aegis. It got thrown away in that fight also. I think, was the cheese eaten? There's no cheese. I don't know where the cheese went, but I think it was eaten.
And for a team like DUZA, it's almost heartbreaking. Had they been able to finish off that Shadow Fiend in that engagement earlier, things could have been turned around.
Oh yeah, if that Shadow Fiend dies there, it's totally different. You probably don't even commit the black holes. At least not the second one.
Burn those trees down. Get those eyes out of here.
Yeah.
But there's already so many eyes out there. Their whole jungle is just warded up.
Both jungles,
nowhere is safe. Yeah.
No easy way for them to move around the map.
That's so nice.
Yeah, you look at the dire vision here, and they can see the trees. They'll clear them out, so they can do it. It just takes a little while. It takes a little effort.
Illusion.
All right.
Back to square one, man. Oh, what an opening game.
Yep. Nice 66 minute snoozer here. Let's see here. It's not really been a snoozer. There's been quite a bit of action, but it's...
When you get to this point in the game, things become so fickle. It's just like, we got to make sure each of these engagements are what counts. No more of these solo pickoffs. It's if there's a skirmish breaking out, everyone's got to be all in or all out.
Yeah. Exactly. This is where one pickoff at this stage of the game can cost you everything. One hero out of position, one stray tree ward when you're not ready for it. Manifest getting wards down. Look, they're scouting it out with the courier here. Dire courier flying in. They see it. Oh, well, they also saw the courier. So good night, little pony. LC, they're going right for the base here. There's no tier 3 tower mid. There is a glyph, of course. This is a little bit awkward.
back.
No Aegis, no cheese. Who wins the straight-up man fight here? Does Enigma have the refresher? He does. LC are bringing the fight to DUZA.
Undershock is just waiting like a cannon in the back. He's like, I'm going to catch that freaking Enigma. I'm going to make a jump to the back liners and take them out of this quickly.
Well, Enigma does not have a BKB, so does need to be very careful about positioning here. Glyph still... Oh, Glyph has been used. Pardon me. So now LC can come in and kind of slow siege this. They put Kaiser in the front line here. He gets poked.
They have good positioning for LC. They have Enigma spread off to one side, so even if a jump happens onto him, they have Earthshaker on the other. They'll be able to watch out for each other here.
All right, they're playing this very cautiously. Then since they forced out the Glyph, if they can get barracks here, it will make a pretty big difference.
Tree Mission Impossible here puts down the vision.
He's got it. Here we go. There's the jump out. They go on to Kaiser. Will he be able to live? It looks like it so far. He gets swapped back. Undershock taking a lot of damage. Enigma goes down right away, though. Now the Phoenix falls. Oh, LC in some trouble. They get the Undershock. It's a 1-for-2. Storm does not have a buyback. Phoenix will use his straight away to get into this fight. Kaiser in some trouble, though. Stunned up. Quap off to the side. Now they come in onto the Venge. Earthshaker goes down. This Weaver on a triple kill. The egg may stun Axmo if he's not careful. He gets hit by the Supernova. Now Madara goes down. Oh, Axmo almost dies, but he has a time lapse. LC, this was not the fight to take, but they might still be able to do it because of buybacks here. Manifest going down to the Shadow Fiend. Axmo almost dies, but lives for now. Now turns onto the Phoenix. They're fighting. Axmo lives, but the Barracks, maybe not so lucky. Finally, he falls. Kaiser finishes him off with the Shadow Rays, but a buyback from the Weaver. TP in. There's Oxen. He wants to fight as well, but Madara, he's bought back. Brewmaster not ready for it. He'll fall.
Oh.
Now it's just the Weaver, the lone defender. Ultra kill for the Shadow Fiend. BKB popped. No time lapse for another 5 seconds. He makes it out. LC, after a very rocky engagement, will take it. And those failed buybacks from DUZA off the back end of that last exchange really hurting them here.
This is rough. Now Kaiser looking to the last set of racks. He is the last man standing. Really putting in the work here. Axmo has to be careful, already expending his buyback. Had his hands full dealing with those backliners who were just so elusive. Had to go the extra mile to finish off the Earthshaker. Then really had his hands full with the Phoenix. Definitely have to get props there to the Phoenix for LC, kind of keeping the Weaver obligated elsewhere.
They go on to Axmo.
They're going to get up.
Hex. Oh, Quap just dies. Black Hole. He actually lives. What a time lapse. Second Black Hole. He refreshes. Undershot gets Hex now. 2 TPs in. Enigma, does he Black Hole this? He's thinking about it. He can't decide. The defensive swap, not enough. Storm goes down again. There's the Black Hole from the high ground, but oh no! Canceled instantly. Now Spartan in an awkward position. Axmo is low. LOL says Spartan, but the Weaver's dead. He's lolling in the grave. I think this might finally be it. DUZA on their last leg. Venge go down. That should be game.
Man, LC have to work hard for it. In a game, they felt a little bit more comfortable getting it done. But yeah, the end there, the Black Hole, not the most epic Black Hole. What many would call the zoning Black Hole, but hey, it gets them the win.
Oh my god, what a scrappy game. 71 minutes of gameplay. LC take it. I really think that victory comes down to those 2 buybacks on the Storm and the Brew in that second to last big fight when they wanted to go all in. Storm was the first team member to die in that last fight. If he could have bought back there, that would have been a completely different final fight. Instead, he's stuck in the grave, and that's it. That's the game.
It's a long one. DUZA do a good job prolonging what felt like the London Conspiracy Squad having much more of a team impact and what could have been able to take the 5-man engagements. DUZA do a nice job prolonging, getting pickoffs themselves, prolonging the game quite a bit in what looked like a potential comeback on the back of this Weaver and Storm, but ultimately it's the London Conspiracy Squad who just kind of execute and get the job done in the end.
Well, that was just game 1.
Yeah.
So buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye. This could be a long series.
Yeah, it could be a long day of Dota.
These teams seem pretty evenly matched, though. Excited to see what comes up in game number 2, how the draft varies.
We'll have to find out.
Stick around, folks, because more Dota 2 is coming your way after this break.
Hell yeah.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck. What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!